What's up, Swig Squad? T with the Diva here. Hello to all of my subscribers and to my new subscribers. Welcome to the Swig Squad. This is T with the Diva. And today, I'm still on this Safaree and Erica Mena subject. And it's because, for one, it is near and dear to me because I know a little bit about the whole child support system, but also because I just want to get my point across about this. So I had somebody respond to one of my videos. I think it was the first one with Erica. And she said, okay, did y'all hear how Erica Mena is stalking and harassing Safaree? She said, you mentioned that she is taking good care of the children. So screaming and physically assaulting their father in front of them is good parenting. Driving over to Safaree's home and scaling a wall in the middle of the night to try to get inside his home while it's his parenting time, is that good parenting? To say to your children, your father ain't ish over and over, all while keeping them from him, refusing to let him speak to his children, and trying to alienate him from his children. Is that being a good parent? It's pretty easy for her to put out false narratives that he's a deadbeat and have people like yourself believe it. The truth is, he is a very good father. He never raises his voice to them. He never speaks ill about their mother. And you should see those poor babies when they have to be returned to her toxic home. They scream and cling to Safaree, begging him to please let them stay with him. They say, Mommy yells at us when she's home. Not to mention, she leaves the kids with different people, even though he asks to keep them with him. Safaree does not make the same money he did when they established the child support. So, of course, he asked it to be reduced. He will win that judgment. I used to feel sorry for Erica, and I used to think like you. That is, until I started looking at both sides to make an informed opinion. Erica Mena has a mental disorder for sure. I hope Safaree ends up with custody of those children before too much damage is done. I agree wholeheartedly. I agree. I actually said that, and I mentioned that in my video.
And when she gets up, she's like, she wants to have a conversation with me. I'm like, okay, let's talk. As soon as she starts talking, is yelling, screaming, all of that. I said, yo, look, I'm not doing that. And if you can't talk to me normally in front of the kids, where the kids don't realize that we're having a discussion about something that we're not agreeing on, then I'm not having it. Oh, I don't give a F, blah, 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 all this yelling, whatever. So I'm like, okay, forget it. Just, you hear, pick them up, you can leave. And in my face, all of that, blah, 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 and all that. So I'm like, all right, you don't want to leave. I call the cops. I'm on the phone with the cops. I'm telling them, hey, before this escalates, I would like police presence here because I want her to leave. Filming me calling the cops. Okay, I'm calling the cops. You're filming me. You're the one with the anger management problem just going off. So break stuff up in the house, has the kids running over glass, breaking stuff up outside.
I specifically said that I hope that he's able to take care of his business before she ruins those kids with her dysfunction. I specifically said that, love. But also, I wanted to add to that because, of course, she make a video, he make a video. She make a video, he make a video. So he made the last video that he made. I get exactly everything everybody's saying. Somebody made a comment and said, let's cut the cap. We know she's spending that 4 racks on her. I have a few baby daddies myself, and I have been through the child support system. My oldest daughter's father was in the child support system. So I am not a stranger to child support. I'm not a stranger to the child support system. And I know a little bit about this. Like I said, if you can work it out on your own and y'all can become two cordial adults that understand that it's co-parenting that you guys are doing, don't worry about who's in anybody's bed, because that's no longer your ministry. When you guys are apart, you have chose this person to be your kid's father or your kid's mother, and you cannot relegate, delegate, dictate what goes on in a house, where they take your kid, who they dating, how they dating them. When they have their time, it's their time, and you have to trust that they are going to put your kid first and make your kid a priority. They're going to protect your child. So you just have to pray on that thing, and you got to hope that they will do just that. But in this situation where the young lady brought up how she went through the house tearing up stuff and the kids was just running behind her, I saw that same video. And of course, I got out of that video that she was unhinged. And I don't believe that that's good parenting for her to run around and break all of his property and intrude and just bogart her way into his house, trespassing and all, while she trying to start stuff. No, I don't believe that that's right. I don't believe that that's good parenting for her to take her emotions out and tear his house up because she mad about whatever he doing or whatever he not doing. That's horrible parenting. But like I keep saying, number one, she is the custodial parent. No matter how we feel about her, she are those kids' mother. He is the father, and he chose her. He chose her. She decided to have the babies that they created together, but he chose her to go unprotected and be the mother of his children. So ultimately, I'm sure that'll come at a cost to him because of that decision that he made. But what I'm also saying is that of course, and I believe that, of course, somebody said he not making the same money he was making. He not. Like, because he can. I mean, he got to take another gig. He got to do more hosting. He got to try to create a show. He got to network with some people to see if they can put him in the show. Like, Safaree is talented. He is able to make stuff shake. So he may not be, quote unquote, making that same money now, but he's not one of us. He's not going to beat the pavement to try to send his resumes out to people so that he can see if somebody will call him back from the law firm or the financial firm to be a legal assistant or an accountant somewhere. He's not trying to knock on nobody's business door for no job. And he has so many skills that he has to go and work for these companies. He don't have to do that. Safaree is very talented. He has a name. YouTube itself is gonna give him a good little piece of coin. So we Argentina do not cry for him. He is not somebody who just, oh, woe, it's me. I'm not in the financial situation I was in when we had those kids. He can make that money again, just like she can. They can both make the money. So I still, even after all the comments I done got, and to respond to the comment that said she gonna spend that money on herself, that's a trigger for me. Ooh, that is such a trigger for me. My first daughter's father was paying $400 a month. He was giving me $400 a month. My daughter is 30, almost 31 now. But back then, and he gave me that money until she turned 16. So I never got a raise from him. And he didn't do Christmas. He didn't do birthday. He only paid that child support because he was very bitter that it was coming out of his check. So he didn't do no extras, none. And he would tell me, so I wouldn't even call him on holidays because he felt like I am paying child support. And he had 4 kids and was paying child support for all of them. So whatever. But I say that to say that, yeah, it was $400. But that money don't be doing all that they be feeling like it's doing. And of course, Erica don't have the same bills that I have. She don't live the same lifestyle I live. So her kids are living somewhere near that $4,000 a month for child support. And please know that she is putting that money, if it's just school, if it's just babysitters, if it's getting them new pajamas, socks, underwear. Kids grow 5 minutes at a time. So you got to get a new wardrobe for each season, definitely and religiously, because they can't fit nothing this summer that they wore last summer. And they have to constantly have clothes bought. Shoes, constantly buy shoes. And again, we are speaking of someone who is not in our tax bracket. I don't care if she worked too. She in movies, her little Tubi movies and her little reality shows and her little Hollywood Squares and whatever other shows she featured in. She do her little 1-2 step too. So these kids are accustomed to a certain lifestyle. And Safaree knows that. And I'm sure that even if she is spending some of that money for herself, as long as when he see, well, I guess when he see him on Instagram or Facebook or wherever he can see him, I'm sure that they're dressed. Because I mean, when I see them on live or wherever they're at, I can see that they're dressed and clean and fitted clothes that aren't too big or too small. Their hair is combed and cut. They're well kept. I mean, she feeds them and they're not malnourished. I'm sure that they cry when they go home because, of course, daddy's house is probably way more fun. Mama got the stresses. Plus, of course, Erica is crazy. Like, we do agree on that. But I still feel like he should not try to reduce that child support. I don't feel like it should be reduced. I feel like he can make the money to be able to pay $4,000 a month again. I'm almost positive. I will bet every dollar and dime that I'm gonna get from here until the day I take my last breath that he is capable of making. He can get something else so that he's able to pay the money to her. She is taking care of those kids 24/7. It's toxic. I understand that it's toxic. I understand they probably over there watching her have 15 meltdowns a day. I understand that they probably do go from pillow to post to spend the night over this cousin house, spend the night over my auntie house, spend the night over this, and she probably is not protecting them. And I pray that God continues to watch over them because ain't no telling who she got them around and what they're going to do. So I'm in agreement with him when it comes to him making sure that he get custody of them, because I wouldn't want her to be the only example that my kids see. I wouldn't want my daughter to see her example of how to be a mother or a woman. And I wouldn't want my son to have her be the only example of what he sees in a woman. I wouldn't want that. So if you can get your custody, show them something different so that they can know that the things that their mom does is not normal, because kids start thinking that. They figure, well, my mama go off all the time and beat on me for nothing. I'm sure Nathan down the street and Nathan's sister Sarah mama, they probably getting the same treatment, and they getting whoopings for nothing and being on punishment and got to stay in their room for the littlest thing because she having a mental breakdown. I'm sure that she's on edge all the time. And she got two toddlers. Those are like twins. So I'm almost sure she becomes unhinged more of the day than she's regular. But as far as that money goes, that money is not no $1,000,000. Now, granted, she getting more than my little $400, but $4,000 is not a lot to them. 4,000. He's going to be able to obtain that salary in the near future, and he will be fine. I'm sure that he will be fine. He may have to cut some of his expenses, but I don't believe he should be able to, file a motion to decrease it. But I don't know. Whatever county he lives in, they may, let it pass and approve it or whatnot. I think he's capable. He's friend of the court. Debates and exchanges are always really funny to me, because while I understand that like $20,000 is like outrageous, those amounts of money, but I would be curious to know, what do he think is a decent amount for him to have to pay for them a month, knowing that they have the extracurricular activities and responsibilities that they have, knowing that they're in private school or Catholic school or Christian school or whatever, knowing that they grow every 5 seconds, knowing that they need new shoes every week, knowing that they need new jackets, new coats, new raincoats, new hats, new gloves, all of that, all the time. I'm curious to know what he feels is an ideal amount for him to come to an agreement with and not be financially uncomfortable. And after he says what that number would be, yeah, I would then ask him, like, do you think that that is thoughtful for your kids? Because it's not okay for you to not take care of your children because you don't have access to them. I mean, she the crazy woman you married. So you gonna have to, if the courts is what you're relying on to give you all of this freedom with your children, then you gotta wait on your answer from the courts, because I mean, she's controlling and clearly she's unhinged. So I don't see her coming to an agreement, or you even wanting her to come to an agreement, because if she gonna be calling every 5 minutes, did y'all eat? Have y'all taken a bath yet? Why your daddy ain't put y'all in the tub yet? Y'all got y'all pajamas on? He ain't put y'all pajamas on yet? Or her sending them over there without a change of clothes, because you make it enough. Make sure they got clothes, whatever she's saying to him while he has the kids in his possession. I will be very happy when this system can hurry up and make sure that he's the influence on his children and not his unhinged ex-wife. And I'm not team Erica or team Safaree. I'm team kids. I want those kids to be healthy. I want them to be taken care of. And I want them to have a shot on growing up with as much less trauma than they would have to. We got so many kids already growing up with a lot of trauma relating to what their parents are doing as far as raising them. We got enough kids that's experienced experiencing all of this trauma. I'm just team kids. I just want them to be healthy, happy individuals who can learn and grow and become productive adults in society and with very little trauma. So that's all I wanted. I just wanted to come in and clear that up and give my response verbally. Thank you to my new subscribers. Welcome to the Swig Squad. Please continue to like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is Tea with the Diva Swig Squad. I will see y'all later.